Good morning. My name is Lokesh. I'm part of Algomojo team. Welcome to this session on how to use Algomojo platform for automating your strategies. This session is getting recorded. You will have access to this recording after this by end of the day. In case if you have any queries, you need any specific details, you can use a Q&A box to type out your queries or messages. I will try and address them as we go along. We will start a small presentation. Yeah, our website is algomojo.com. And the agenda for today is we will start with a small introduction to Algomojo platform and what are the features that are available for the users. Then we will look at how do we do the integration using TradingView. And in case if anybody is interested in looking at Amibroker, we can try and look at that also. A brief about Algomojo support. And in case if you have any queries, kindly raise them as we go along. Don't wait till the end. You can raise the query anytime. Use the Q&A box to raise your queries. Just one. Yes. As I was mentioning, our website is algomojo.com. It's a web-based trading execution platform. You can use any browser to log in and start using the facilities that we offer. We don't have any app. It is a web-based solution that we are offering. So it's more of an execution platform. We are not a strategy provider. We don't recommend any trades as such. We are here to help you out in terms of automating any strategies that you will be running on different types of platforms, charting platforms or strategy creation platforms, or wherever you're running your strategies. Whenever those signals are generated on the platform, we help you to pick up those signals and place the orders automatically in your broker account. Yeah, it is meant for people to automate the strategies. It could be for investors, it could be for traders. People who are using TradingView, Amibroker, MT4, or charting we have done the integration with most of these platforms. So if you have any strategies running on these kind of platforms which give buy-sell signals, you can use a platform to execute the orders into your broker account. Of course, Python is another major support that we offer. We have a Python library in case if anybody is using Python for trading as such, you could refer to our Python libraries and do the automation also. We provide common API connectivities across multiple brokers. We provide whatever sample codes are required, whatever execution modules are required. It's all available in our platform for automation. Our purpose or what we have aimed to do is to keep the execution as simple, usage as simple as possible. You need not have to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge. If you have a good strategy running in any of these platforms, which give the signals for you to trade, that is sufficient. We help you to automate those signals and place orders. So it is meant for not only for people who are very new to Algo platform, even for experienced people who are into trading and investing, they'll find a lot of value in our platform as such. Some of the key features would include you can As a trader, you can customize what is that you want to trade, whether you want to trade in, say, equities, or whether you want to trade in futures, or whether you want to trade in options, or if you want to trade in a single strike for a particular day, or you want to choose ATM, ITM, OTM kind of strikes. That it is possible to do that in our platform. So the basic requirement in terms of order placement can is pretty flexible for you to choose and select. So you can define what is that you want to trade in our platform as a one-time activity, and whenever the signals are generated from your charting tool, the same can get executed in the account. So for people who trade in options, you can set to trade either using dynamically the ATM, OTM, or ITM. So there is a choice to select up to 20 strikes in the money and 20 strikes out of the money. So, so if you want to trade, say, ITM 5 or OTM strike, whichever strike you would like to do for the day, it is you can customize it, and then the platform will take care of the execution. So in case you are doing, you want to do an ITM kind of execution, uh, whenever the signals are generated, our platform will look at what is the spot price at that point in time and select the say ITM 5, you are choosing the select the strike accordingly and place orders. So you need not have to worry about looking at what is ITM 5 or OTM, what is the selecting the strike price as such. The system will do it automatically for you. And it helps not only people who are into option buying, even for people who want to write options, they can use a platform. It's pretty simple to set up, whether you want to buy or sell or write options. In case if you want to hedge some of your trades, you can do that by either by hedge buying or hedge selling also. We take care of the order splitting in case the quantity that you're trading is much larger than the freeze limit set by the exchanges. We will place multiple orders. You need not have to worry about placing multiple orders to fill the entire quantity. The system will take care of it for you. Kindly use the Q&A box to type out any queries or any messages that you would have. I'll try and answer them. So in terms of risk management, you can set target and stop loss, which can be set in points or in terms of percentage, or also in terms of MTM. So you have a lot of risk management features built in or available readily in our platform. You can choose how you want to manage your trades. Of course, a trailing stop loss is another feature that has been added. MTM based exits are also possible. You can set what is the kind of profit you want for the day for that particular strategy. Suppose you are trading in Nifty options or Bank Nifty options. For each of these, you can set what is the profit that you would like to book. So whenever those targets are met, the position will be closed automatically. Similarly, if there's a loss at which you want to close your trades, the system will take care of it. And similarly, you can trail the M2M, and you can also trail the stops also in the platform. You can also customize the time when you want to start the trading. Now, by default, it will be available during the as per the exchange set timings. So for NSE and BSE markets, it would start at 9:15. For currencies and commodities, it would start at 9 o'clock according to the exchange time. So you can set the time when you want to start the trading as such. Suppose you don't want to trade the morning volatility and you would like to start the trade, say, after 11 o'clock or 10:30. You can set the system in such a manner that any signals coming in before the time, that it will be ignored. Or if you don't want to trade, say, after 10:30 or 11 o'clock after the morning volatility, you can say that also. So any signals coming after the set time, it will be not processed. So all these are pretty flexible facilities that are available for all the users. So based on the kind of requirement that you would have in terms of what you want to trade, when you want to trade, what kind of profits and losses that you want to set, is all customizable and it's pretty simple to use. We will look at some of the features as we go along when we get into the actual usage of the platform. Any queries so far, anybody? Please use the Q&A box. Yeah, when you're trading, say, futures or options, if you want to roll over the portions which you have taken, the system will take care of it. So you may not have to worry about closing the existing portion and then taking the next week or next month's contract. The system will take care of that. Currently, it is the rollover will happen on the day of the expiry. We are also bringing in a feature which will help you to set the rollover activation, say 1 day before, or 4 days before, or 5 days before. So there will be flexibility provided. If you say that, okay, rollover on the say 5 days before the expiry, it will be taken care of. Any portion which will be there, it will get closed, and the next month's contract will be taken. It can be in futures, it can be in options, it could be in commodities. It depends on what you're trading. The rollover can be set accordingly. Yeah. So for all users, we provide a paper trading facility. It is currently limited to 3 paper trades per user. Uh, Paper trade facility is enabled to check if the process is running as per your requirement, or if the platform is able to place the orders as per your requirements. It is more to check the process. It is not a forward testing or a back testing kind of tool. So I would suggest that start with the paper trade. Check if the trades are getting executed as per the requirements that you have set in the platform. And in case if you find that it is happening as per your requirement, you can get the live trade. So live trade, there's no limitation. You can do any number of live trades. Paper trade, there's a set limit of 3. So we feel that it is pretty sufficient for people to test out their strategies and fine tune if there is any balancing to be done, so that the orders will get placed as per the strategies that you're running. So once you get a feel that okay, orders are getting placed as per your requirement, then you can shift on to the live trades as such. So there are certain rules that we have set in our platform for to help various types of traders and investors. Typically, it will depend on the kind of strategies that you will be running. We have done an extensive study of various requirements of traders and investors, and also looked at different kind of strategies that are being used in the market, and narrowed it down to about 4 or 5 rules. We will look at each of these rules and see how it works and what rule to be used when we get into the actual setting up of the automation process using a chart. We will be using TradingView. So when you run using a strategy in TradingView, we will look at in detail about what is the kind of rule that you should set so that the orders get executed as per the design of your strategy. So it is important that you select the right rule. Otherwise, um, orders may not get executed as per the plan. So there's a brief explanation for each of the rule as to how it works. And in case if you still have any doubts, you can always get in touch with us. There's a detailed documentation provided, plus there's a support team available in case if you want to understand more how these work. We can look at your strategy and recommend what is the kind of rule that will be applicable that you should be using so that the orders will go through as per your strategies that you're trying to run. Now, if you're a trader who is using say multiple legs, if you are doing a strategy or a strangle or anaconda, any kind of strategies, option strategies, which will have multiple legs of orders to be executed, you can do that in our platform. You can set each of those legs independently as per the requirement. Suppose there are 4 or 5 legs that need to be executed in a particular sequence. Say option buying has to happen, after that the selling has to happen, after that some other buying in option has to happen, then maybe a future buying has to happen. You can set the sequences in which the orders need to go. It is provided in the platform itself, and on once all the legs can be executed based on a single signal that would come from any of the charting tools. It could be from TradingView, it could be from say a Ninja Trader, or it could be from an Amibroker, any kind of this environment. Whenever there's a signal either to take a long trade or a short trade, uh, all the legs of the option strategies will be executed in the sequence that you want it to happen. So you get that margin benefit, plus the executions would happen as per the option strategies, and thereby increase your profitability also. There's a Telegram notification which you can get. We have a Telegram bot called Algomojo bot. So kindly download that and use the Telegram application. So whenever there is a signal that is reaching your account and an order is getting placed, you will get a notification saying that okay, a signal has been received, or order has been placed. It's pretty simple to use. So once you download the app, uh, once you download the app, there's a chart ID that you need to use uh, from the Algomojo bot. Copy that and paste it against your strategy. It's a simple setup to be done. So it's a one-time setup to be done. So whenever the signals are received and orders are placed, you get the notifications of that. Any queries so far? Please let me know. You can create watch lists. We've seen people who use, say, same strategy, scanning, say, in a charting kind of environment where you scan hundreds of stocks, and in a particular day you might have a few trades happening in a few symbols. So you can create a similar kind of watch list in our platform also. So whenever there's a trigger for a particular stock or an option to be bought, the same will get executed. That you can also define the quantity, or the quantity that needs to be calculated based on the last trading price and the capital. That also is, as a facility, is available in the platform. Reports can be downloaded. So this is currently available for a particular day. So by the end of the day, if you'd like to know how many signals were received, how many orders were executed, what are the profit and loss, what are the MTMs, various kind of reports that you need are available in our platform itself. I request you to kindly download at the end of the day. Historical reports are not currently available. For that particular day, whatever signals were generated or whatever activities have happened for that particular day can be downloaded for your analysis and usage as such. Historical report is something that we are working on. Going forward, you'll be able to download those kind of reports also. Yeah. Now, if you are a trader and if you would like to share the signals that you generate using various platforms, we have introduced a new facility called a signal store, whereby as a trader, you can, or an investor, you can share your signals with your families and friends so that the same kind of orders can be placed in their accounts also. This is a new feature that we have just launched about a week or two back, and we have found a lot of users finding value in that. It's a very simple process to set up. So it not only helps the people who have good strategies that they want their friends and relatives to follow. Suppose you're a trader and you would like to follow, some good trader, and you would like to follow his trades or her trades, you can do that also from our platform. So not only you can share your signals, you can also receive signals, and based on those kind of signals, you can execute the orders in your account. So you can publish and share your trading strategy signals, follow signals from trusted or known people, known traders or investors, and automate those signals in our platform itself. So it works, it is available for under my strategies and my signals. It's pretty easy and simple to use, and Nothing complicated about it. Only thing is you should have a strategy that you want to share with your friends and relatives, or if you know some good trader or an investor, he should be able to add you into his group so that whatever trades he is taking, those signals can come to you and the orders can get executed in your account also. So in case if anybody is wanting to know how to use this, there's a blog we have provided. You can go to algomojo.com/blog and look at this article on how to set up the signal sharing or even receiving kind of setup to be done so that the orders can be processed. So in case you need any help, any support, we are there to help you out. There's a very saying that the signals coming from TradingView or Amibroker will be valid for next day close if only buy signal was triggered on the current day. Yeah, so you can not only do intraday, you can also do carry forward. So suppose you have taken a buy signal from TradingView or Amibroker today, and that buy signal is still running, say for next couple of days, it can continue. So say on Monday you've taken a trade, and the next signal comes say on Wednesday or a Thursday for reversal or closing of that portion, it will still work. So the platform is designed in such a manner that it not only helps you to do intraday trading, it also helps you to do the delivery based or carry forward NRML kind of activity also. I suppose that is the clarification that you are looking at. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, currently we have the price execution, which is happening at the market level. So we are working on launching limit orders and stop loss market and limit orders. We are also working on things like rollover flexibility, where you can do the rollover not on the expiry day, you can do it say 5 days before or a week before, whatever days before you want to set the date and time, you can do that. So that is another facility that we are working on. It will be made available shortly. Now, we have come across a lot of users where their trading signals or charts generate unwanted or multiple signals, which may not be required to be executed. Like, for example, we call this as repainting, popularly known in Amibroker kind of environment. Suppose there's a buy signal which is generated, and after a couple of minutes, again, another, or it keeps sending multiple buy signals. So whenever we get those buy signals, any number, currently all the buy signals or sell signals will be executed, and maybe that was not your requirement. You want to stop those kind of unnecessary or unwanted signals. We are working on a provision where it will suppose a buy is taken, another buy will not be executed till a sell has been executed. So that is the facility that we are working on. So once a buy is done, then a sell happens. Then once a sell is done, a buy happens. So it keeps going. So buy, sell can keep happening. However, if there are strategies which would have multiple buys and a single sell, that is still that can still happen. In the current form also, it can still work. So you have a buy which is happening say at on a particular day in the morning, and again there's a buy after say about 2 hours, and third buy comes in at say after 4 hours, and then finally all the portion needs to be closed with a sell which comes in say around 3 o'clock or so. That can still happen in our platform. So both kind of traders and investors requirements can be met. So if the repainting issue has to be taken care of, give us some time. Once this facility is available, you'll be able to stop the issues that you find in terms of repainting. Uh, and also, you can decide, yeah, this is already rolled out. Sorry, that dated. You can set the number of signals that you want to trade in a day. Suppose you don't want to take more than say 5 signals in a day or a 6 signals in a day for a particular strategy. You can set that. So any signals coming after the set number will not be executed. So this is already rolled out. You can start using it. For option strategies, currently what is happening is each of the legs need to be defined individually and they can be executed on a single signal coming from your chart. Uh, However, to help the users, we will have a facility. Suppose say if you say I am Conda. So whatever legs are there as per the definition of I am Conda, all of them will be readily be available, and you can configure it in such a manner that it gets executed whenever there's a signal received. So that is another thing that we are working on. Another option that we are working on is dynamic option selection for indices and stocks from the watch list. These could be available for the users in the next couple of weeks. We will intimate as soon as these kind of features are rolled out. Yeah, the segments that you can trade currently are, of course, equity is there in terms of cash. You can trade either intraday and delivery. We find a lot of delivery-based investors using the system. So people who have hundreds of stocks to be scanned for a particular requirement of entry and exit, they're finding the platform to be pretty useful. So it is not only for intraday, even for delivery base also. Suppose you have taken a delivery of a stock today, and after 6 months, you like sell it based on a certain requirement, or after 3 months, there's a sell signal to close the portion. That can still be done. So a platform will help you to trade even in or invest not only with traders, short-term traders, intraday traders. It is useful for investors also. Of course, you can trade in futures and options for both Nifty and Sensex. Then, of course, commodities. You can trade not only in static options, you can also trade in dynamic options for any of the symbols that are available for trading. Any queries so far? Anybody? Yeah, there's a query saying that, yeah, see what happens is the expectation is that you log in the morning every day into Algomojo and then activate your strategy. Every day in the morning, it needs to be activated. So all you have to do is press a button and make it active. And after that, you can shut down your laptop also. You may not have to worry. Of course, TradingView is anyway running in the cloud. So whenever there's a buy signal coming in TradingView or a sell signal coming in, any kind of signal that is coming in from TradingView will get executed. Even if you're not sitting in front of your system, even if your browser is closed, even if your system is closed, not an issue. Only thing is after you log into Algomojo, you should not log out. So and again, we also say that please log in as close to the market opening time as possible, say around 8:45, 9 o'clock. What happens is all the brokers would be doing their maintenance activities post the commodity markets closure, and they will be ready, say, towards the market open time. There's no fixed time by when they will be active or they would have refreshed. But of course, towards the market opening, they should definitely be active. Uh, so we suggest that please log in to Algomojo platform as close to market open as possible. Because in case if you do say log in at 5 o'clock in the morning because you have to travel or you're abroad or for whatever reason, what happens is the brokers would refresh the tokens when when they get ready for trading next day. And if you're logged in before that refresh happens, your trades will not get executed. You will get a message saying that it's an invalid session. So brokers would not recognize that you're logged into your system, so they will reject any orders. Orders will not go to this. So try and keep it as login as close to market open as possible. In terms of trade execution, there are absolutely no limitation. As the only limitation is if you're doing paper trade, it is limited to three. But for live trades, you can pass any number of signals. You can do any amount of trades. There's no limitation. So trading view, you may not have to log in at all. You Once you log into trading view, it is always on for days together, or if till the moment you have your subscription as such. There's nothing like logging into trading view as such. It is a one-time activity that when you say subscribe for trading view, you do that, and after that you may not have to worry. So it's always running in the cloud environment, and if you're running a strategy, it is always there. So you may not have to worry that okay, TradingView might not send the signal at all. That is not the case. It will always work. So uh, like TradingView, our system is also requires, unlike TradingView, our system requires one-time logging in the morning. That's it. After that, you need not have to keep the browser open. You need not have to keep the laptop also open. So we will get the signals from TradingView, and we will send it to your broker without touching your laptop. Of course, you should not log out of Algomojo. I'll show you that also. You should not log out of Algomojo after you log in the morning. In case if you log out, then the signal will not be processed. But after logging in, if you close the browser or you just shut down your system, not an issue at all. It will still keep working for you. So a trading view gives you almost real-time data, so it is pretty good that way. Yeah, the delays could be. I don't think you would find anything a drastic delay in either in trading view. Of course, uh, Amibroker is much faster in terms of the latency or the if you look at if you're looking at delays compared to a trading view, because it is Amibroker is fetching and reading real-time data much faster. They are able to process it much faster. But for retail, I think TradingView is a good platform. You get almost the prices or the uh, signals on a real-time basis, almost like a real-time basis, uh, which is, I think that is pretty good. You'll find a lot of users uh, using TradingView, and uh, it works fine. There's no such kind of delay that it could hamper the trades drastically. Of course, you can't compare it with a institution kind of execution method, but for a retail user like us, you will not find the delay as such. Yes. Any queries? Do let us let me know. Uh, uh, yeah, we have close to 27, 28 brokers with whom we have currently integrated. It would include all the major brokers. You find Fires, Dun, uh, Five Paise, Motilals, to Zerodas, to Religare, all the major brokers, we have done the integration. So if you have an account with any of these brokers, you can readily start using our platform for automation purposes. Such. Yes. In case if you don't have an account, or if you'd like to open a new account, kindly use our platform to open a new account. The advantage being that you will get the APIs free of cost from us. In case if you use our platform as a reference to open a new account with any of these seven brokers, LSB, Dun, Infrastock, Files, Google, Upstock, or Zebu, you will get the APIs of Algomojo free of cost. You will get all the facilities and features that we have free of cost for life as such. In case you already have an account and you'd like to use that same account, you can do it. There's a small subscription fee. I'll share the details of the subscription fee also. All users get 7 days trial period. After the trial period, you can look at the subscription. a serious suggestion is that kindly utilize the trial period, check out how the system works, how the platform works. Is it able to meet your expectations and requirements? If you're convinced that yes, the platform is able to handle your kind of strategies, it is meeting all your requirements, then only go in for a subscription based method of using Algomojo. Otherwise, in case if it is not meeting your requirement, we don't want you to incur the cost unnecessarily. So please try out the 7-day trial that we offer. I think that is pretty good time period for anybody to test out any kind of strategies and check whether the orders are going or getting executed as per your requirements as such. So use the trial period and then go in for subscription, or open a new account and get the APIs free of cost from Algomojo and all the features that we have free of cost for life as such. So when it comes to automation using Algomojo platform, it is a two-step process. The first step is what you need to do in Algomojo platform itself, wherein we do the order management or set the order management parameters. We tell the system or Algomojo what is that you would like to trade, whether you want to trade a Nifty, Bank Nifty, crude oil, whatever, gold, whatever you want to trade, what lots, what expiry, whether it's cash or futures or options. You do all the setting. One-time activity in Algomojo. Once you have defined those kind of parameters, then you enable the paper trade and live trade, and then get into a small integration activity in TradingView. That's the second step. So in TradingView, create an alert for the strategy that you want to use, or if you're using an Amibroker, there are modules to be downloaded and integrated. Pretty simple process. It's all plug and play kind of activity that you need to do. We have tried to keep the platform usage as simple as possible so that users need not have to have any kind of coding or programming knowledge, or you need not have to get into the uh, actual codes of the strategies that you are running to do any automation as such. Nothing of that sort is required. Your strategy can run independently. The Algomojo module would sit over and above your strategy, and the automation can happen with just like one or two copy paste kind of thing that you need to do. We will look at some of those examples when we do the live demo today. Yeah. So first part is what you define in Algomojo, and second part is creating an alert or downloading the module in Amibroker and doing the setup. So these are the two steps for automating any kind of strategy that you have. You would have. It can be if you're using charting kind of platform, it is just one copy paste. If it is Amibroker or TradingView, it is one or two copy paste, depending on whether you're using a strategy or an indicator based on that, or you can do the automation. Any queries? Let me know. Yeah, like as I was mentioning, there are certain rules which are very, very important to understand for the proper working of your strategies and execution of the orders. So one is called as long only. A rule. Second, there's the short only rule for people who want to take only long trades or only short trades. These are the rules to be used respectively. Suppose you want to take both long and short kind of trades, then you need to use long plus short buy sell. Typically in trading view environment is what we see long plus short. And long plus short, buy sell short cover. We normally see the short and cover kind of actions in Amibroker kind of in Amibroker environment. So this would more be applicable for Amibroker users. So otherwise, long only, short only, long plus short. And the fifth rule is the stop and reverse is what is normally be applicable for TradingView or any of the other platforms also. So get an understanding of what these rules mean in relation to your strategy. It all depends on the kind of strategy that you're running. We will look at some samples and I'll tell you how to choose the rule when we see the chart and apply the strategy. I'll explain to you again what rule to be used at what kind of strategy level. Yeah. Now, before we get into the integration part, let's look at the platform. So this is our web page called algomojo.com. Now, in case you already have an account with any of the brokers with whom you have done the integration, go to algomojo.com and say login. You can log into Algomojo and start using the platform. Now, in case you want to open a new account and avail the get the APIs free of cost, kindly use this button called Open Account, and it asks for a few details like your name, email ID, and contact details. So 7 brokers are listed with whom you can open a new account. Um, so you select the broker that you're comfortable with and do the process of account opening. Once it is done, your APIs will be enabled in Algomojo. And you use this button to open a new account. Now, in case if you feel that okay, there are some features that you would like to have, you can use ask for a feature and then give us the details. We will look into it, and if it's technically feasible, we'll try and incorporate those kind of features also in our platform for the traders and users and the investors. Now, in case if you want help in setting up, do the setup first time and help you out in terms of understanding how to do the setups in TradingView or charting or MT4 or Amibroker. Use this installation slot. Tell us what time and what date you want our team to get in touch with you and help you. We will assist you in terms of doing the setup as many times that you want. So once you go to algomojo.com, you can use this button called login. It'll take you to a page where you can select the broker that you would have already. For today's demo, we'll be using Trade Genie as the account. Select from the drop down and login. The login credentials are the same what your broker would have given. Now, you need not have to create any new login ID, password kind of stuff for using Algomojo. It is the same credentials what you use given by the broker. Use them and log into this. Let me log into Trade Genie here. So once you enter the credentials, it'll take you to a home page. It's the same for all the brokers. You will find the interface, Algomojo interface, same for all any broker as such. So it will be the same. You can do all your trading investment activities from one login from this page itself, except for things like adding or withdrawing funds, wherein you need to go into a broker web page and do that activity, or if you want any kind of reports of backend from the broker, like your P&L account details for the uh, previous financial year, those kind of things, or contract notes kind of thing. You need to log into brokers. Otherwise, this one login should be able to help you out to take care of any activity that you would have to do in terms of investment or in terms of trading. So as I was mentioning, kindly do this login around close to market open as such. And once you log in and do the setup, you can close the browser. Just go and close the browser. Don't log out from here. Say, for example, don't use this and say log out. If you say log out, any signals coming in will not get executed. It will get rejected. So don't log out. You can just shut down the entire browser itself or that particular tab, and or even shut down your computer. Not an issue. After you log in and go to the next step where you have to enable your strategy or make it live for paper trade or live trade, that's it. You can close the system and then leave the entire thing to be handled by TradingView and Algomojo. So whenever TradingView or Amibroker or any of those kind of platform they send signals, it will get processed and the orders will be placed in your account. Yeah. So after you log in, if you see the on the left side, there are a lot of tabs. The first tab is where you will get to see the details of the APIs provided by Algomojo. Sorry. So when you're doing it for the first time, it will ask you to generate the API first time. And by default you'll get 7 days trial. So once you check the trial period and you're okay to continue because Algomojo is able to take care of your requirements, then you can go in for subscription. So to renew your APIs, you can use this button. There are various plans available. So on a yearly basis, it works. Sorry. On a yearly basis, it works out to 500 rupees per month for you. So depending on the requirement. So there are 3 plans available: monthly, half yearly, and yearly. You can choose and renew the APIs um, to use our platform and all the features that are available. All features and facilities are common across the subscription. Even for the trial period also, there's no limitation. Same number of features and facilities can be, you can try out all the features even in the trial period also. So avail the trial period first, check it out, and then get into subscription of the Algomojo platform. So once you have the APIs, the next step is to define in our platform what is that you want to create. So that is done by going to this tab called My Strategies. So once you click that, so you will have, first time when you're seeing it will be blank. So you can create strategies, any number of strategies that you want to create. Let me try and remove. This, once you create it, will always be available. So you may not have to worry of this will not get deleted at the backend. It is you will have the rights to delete it. So use this page and create a new strategy and inform in which you're going to define what is that you want to create. For example, let's take one example. Say let's look at how to trade in, say, futures. So I will say Nifty NF then 19th. It can be any name, and the rule is what you need to select depending on the strategy. So when we look at the chart, I'll also explain what rule to be used. So if you hover around on these strategies, it'll rules, it'll also tell you. You'll get a brief detail about what it means. So you can look at it, try and understand that, and then use the appropriate rule as per your strategy. This is the most important part, I feel, is that has to be done correctly. Otherwise, the trades that happen may go for a toss if it is not set properly. Now, first example that we'll be using is trading using in TradingView a strategy called Super Trend. I'm sure most of you would have come across this strategy called Super Trend. So we will try and use that and see how we can automate it. So for Super Trend kind of strategies, which is always in trade, either long or short, the rule applicable will be the last one, stop and reverse. So what it means, we will look at the chart and get into those details again. So the next step is to define what is the segment that you want to trade in, whether it is equities, futures, or options, or dynamic symbols. So let's look at futures first. Then you need to update the trading symbol. Let's say Nifty. Type in few words, few letters. You'll get the list. Select from the list. So it's a Nifty contract, April contract. Then order type can be NRM or it could be MIS. If you are a day trader, select MIS. By default, it will be NRM. Then price type as of now is market only. So leave it at the default value of market. So once we have the limit and stop loss limit, you will need to update those fields also, like trigger and whatever is required to be updated along with the limit and the stop loss limit market orders. Then you need to update how many lots you want to trade. Suppose you say 100 lots. So if when you type 100, it will also show you the quantity associated with that trading symbol. For Nifty, 100 lot means 7,500 quantity. So Nifty freeze limit is 1,800. So we will split the orders to fill the 7,500 quantity as such. So splitting will be taken care of based on what you update in terms of lot size, lots that you want to trade. So these are basic things that you need to update. Once you're done with these, the rest of them can be left as such. You can update the balance sheet also. Suppose you want to have it target or a stop loss in terms of percentage or points or M to M. Suppose if it is say M to M, and you can say that okay, if my for Nifty futures, if my profit is uh, I'm getting say 15,000 rupees as profit, then close the position. So you can set whatever is the value, 1,000 rupees, 5,000, 15,000, 20,000, depending on your study. You can set the values in terms of M to M or percentage of points. So if you say points, you can say that, okay, if Nifty moves up by 100 points, then close my trade, or Nifty moves up by 150 points, close my trade. So system will look at your entry price and look at the targets that you have set. Accordingly, it will close the position. It can be target, it can be stop loss. Similarly, stop loss can be in terms of percentage, points, or enter. And if you have selected any of these, you can also update TSL. You can do that also in terms of percentage, points, and enter. Now, for the first demo, let me try and keep this as not with the default values. So the other things that need to be updated, if in case you want to change, apart from the default values, are the start time. Suppose you don't want to trade before 10:30, you can say that, okay, my start time is at 9, say 10 o'clock. So you can do that. Otherwise, default is at 9:15. End time is suppose after 10:30 you don't want any new trades to be taken, you can set the end time as 10:30. So any signals coming in after 10:30 will be ignored. No new orders will be placed. Similarly, square of time for intraday and expiry time, square of time for expiry rollovers kind of thing. So you need to update the other ones also. But otherwise, the basic requirement is you mention what is that you want to trade, whether it is futures, whether it is Nifty futures, what kind of quantity, MR, NRML, or is it MIS. So update these fields of the orders that you want to trade and say do a submission. So once everything is fine, it will save the requirement of yours and wait for the signal to be received to execute the order on Nifty futures. So whatever we create here will be shown as a strategy here. So NF demo 19th April is what I just created. And by default, it will be in inactive state. You need to enable live trade or paper trade. Always begin with paper trade and check how it works, and then you can move into paper trade. So once you get a hang of how the platform is working, then it's easy to move into live trade. So do a few paper trades, check out all the various parameters or various types of signals that your strategy would be generating, and then if you're finding that the orders are getting placed as per what you were expecting, then you can move to live trade. Yeah, if suppose you have set target and stop loss and the position has got closed either because of target or stop loss, then there's a opposite signal which has come from your trading view or Amibroker. It will get ignored, saying that the position is not available. So it will help you. It will not take the reverse order, or it will not try to close the position which is there. So so every day, this is a one-time activity that you need to do. So if you want to create multiple strategies, say one for trading in Nifty, another for trading in Bank Nifty, say another for trading in say food. So create a strategy for each of the instrument that you want to trade as a one-time activity. And mornings after you log in, come to this page of my strategies and enable the live trade or the paper trade. That's it. And after that, you can leave it, leave the system. You can close your laptop or close the browser. Signals, whenever they are generated, it will keep getting executed in your account. So morning's important thing to note is that you should log in as close to the market open timings as possible, say around 8:45, 9 o'clock, and come to this page and enable the live trade or the paper trade. That's it. So if you do enable paper trade, it shows you that, okay, paper trade is enabled. If you want to do a live trade, then It will show that live trade is active. It's nothing much here. So once you have done this setup, next step is to go into say trading view and do the setup there. Now, how do we do that? Is the next step that we look at. Now, always, if this is a simple setup that we have done, where we are saying that we want to trade in Nifty futures whenever there's a buy or a sell signal coming in. We want to trade in 100 lots, and it is a delivery kind of not an intraday. NRML is what we choose. So to test that out, you can also generate a signal from here itself and say, okay, buy. So the buy signal gets generated and it will be appearing under my signals. If you go to my signals, and for all the strategies, if you have multiple strategies, strategy-wise signals will be listed here. So as you can see, this was generated manually, and the status says that it is completed. And so many orders have been placed because we have chosen 100 lots. So it has split up the quantities automatically and placed 100 lots out of here. And portions can be seen under the table called portions. So our active strategies here. This is what we had just created. Quantity 7,500. Average execution price is so and so. In live market, you will be able to see the LTP and P&L getting updated. So always test it out. First step, generating a manual signal from here. So from here you can do it, and you can also square off from here. If you say square off, whatever portion that is open will be closed as you can see here. The portion would have become 0. Portion has become 0 because we have generated a square off order. So always test it out manually by placing the order for any strategy that you take, and then get into the next step. Yes. So next step is say let's use TradingView. So yeah, for automation purpose, you will need to have the subscription of TradingView. The free version does not support the webhook URL facility, which will be used. The webhook URL facility will be used for automation purpose. So in the free version, you don't have that support. So you have to have the subscription of TradingView. So once you have a subscription, the process of automation would be like say select the instrument that you want to trade. For example, today Bitcoin will try. We should be able to get some live signals, and we can see the orders getting executed in live. Select the instrument that you want to trade. Yeah, this market is open, and select the symbol. Then select the time frame. So it can be 1 minute, 5 minutes, depending on the strategy that you're running, and select the load the strategy that you would have. I already have some strategies loaded. Let me enable the super trend. So as you can see, super trend is a strategy which is always in position. Either it is long or short. So it is currently running in long. So here it was long, it went short, again took a long, then short. So it keeps running like this. So most strategies you would have might be similar to this. Like you would enter a trade and it will continue for some time, and then it would reverse and take a short portion. So if you've taken a long, you would like to close the long portion and take a short portion. So for such kind of strategies, the rule to be used is something called a stop and reverse. Because suppose say you have taken a long here, sell comes, you want to stop the long trade and take the reverse trade. So we say that okay, stop the long trade and take the reverse trade, stop and reverse. So it will close the existing long portion and take a short portion. Similar, it will keep alternating between long and short. So it will close the short here and take a long, and then close the long and take a short. So it will keep alternating. So if you are a trader who wants to, you feel that okay, market is going to trend from now on, and you'd like to take only long trades, then you can use a rule called long only. So what it will do is it will take a long portion, and when the sell comes, it will close the long portion and not take the reverse portion. So it will execute only the long orders. So next it will take a long here and close it here. Again, it will take a long here and close it. The reverse is the short only control. Suppose you want to take only short trades, So use the rule as short only, that will enable only the short trades to be executed, right? So, so you have the long only rule, the short only rule, and the stop and reverse rule. Okay. Now, there are strategies which we see in trading view, which would say enter a trade here, and certain conditions are met, the target or stop loss, whatever is happens here, and the portion will get closed, and it will wait for the next signal, which could be a long signal or it could be a short signal also. So maybe you'll get another long here. So it will take the trade here and close it here. Maybe another long here and maybe close it here. So you will have two, three long trades happening and getting closed, and then the short trades start happening. So for such kind of requirements, use the third rule called long pledge short, buy sell. So that will help you to trade strategies which are not continuously in trade, or strategies which would have target and stop loss inbuilt. So for automating those kind of strategies, always use long plus short. So you have long only, short only, long plus short, and stop and reverse. So these are the four rules which are important to understand and related to the strategy that you would be deploying in your. It could be any charting tool. It could be trading view. It could be Amibroker, any of these, and look at how the strategy is working. Whether it is always in trade or it is intermittently in trade, or whether you want to take only long trades or short trades. So based on that, select the rule so that the orders will be executed as per the strategies requirement. Yeah. So once you have the instrument and the time frame and the strategy loaded, it can be any strategy that you have in TradingView. For example, TradingView offers huge amount of resources, the strategies and indicators. You could use any of those to automate, right? Or you have got some coding done and it is available in, it will run in TradingView. Yes, that's fine. You can still automate using that. So the process for automation is after you load the instrument and select the time frame and the strategy, go to this three dots called more and say add alert or support. So I'm really sorry. I'm not able to create alert at all. They're not allowing alerts to be created. So that's fine. So let me show you somewhere. Yeah. So maybe we'll not be able to see the live triggers of orders. Extremely sorry, didn't anticipate that TradingView would have a maintenance happening at this point in time. So the process for TradingView using a strategy is first select the trading symbol, select the time frame, then load your strategy, and then click on this more button. You get this window. You will get this window where you have to update the message and update the webhook URL. So what is to be updated in the message box and where is the webhook URL to be pasted? Under notification, you have a webhook field. You need to just copy paste that. And the message to be pasted, we give you that. So if you go to Algomojo strategy that you created, okay, this is the strategy that we just created. All you have to do is go to the strategy that you created for trading in Nifty and copy this content and paste it in this box. And second is go to notifications, go to copy this webhook URL which is here, copy this here, and then paste it in the under notification the webhook URL. That's it. No other thing to be done. No other thing to be done actually. So as soon as any buy or sell signal is generated, just for example like this, you get a buy or a sell signal, the order will be executed. Fortunately, I don't know when will it become active. We'll not be able to see it in live. Otherwise, we could have seen the orders getting executed live if there was a sell signal. Yeah, right. With feature alert on watch list and trading view, we can use this alert. So for stocks, what happens is, suppose you are using super trend, and so that alert, I'm not very sure what is that they're providing in the watch list. Suppose you're using super trend to trade, for example, in 10 stocks you want to trade using Infosys and maybe HDFC Bank, maybe ICICI Bank, whatever stocks that you have. You have to create an alert for each of those stocks separately. That is the process. Alert has to be created for each stock. So you open it, for example, if you want to trading in Infi, so go here and say type Infi, Infosys, and load the strategy, and come here and say add alert on SuperTrend, and it will ask you to, it will show you the same page, uh, updating the message and notification, and say create, it will create the alert for Infosys. Next would be, say, if you want to trade in ICICI Bank, load ICICI chart and do a similar trade. Look at what is the time frame that you wanted to say. For example, if you want to trade in ICICI Bank in a 5-minute time frame, select the time frame and then say add alert, add alert. That's it. So for each of these, you need to create an alert. For each stock, you need to create an alert. So if you're trading in 10 stocks, you need to add all of them also into the watch list in Algomojo. So you come to this strategy which you're using. Say there's a facility called watch list. Say if you're doing and here you want to trade in futures, say futures, and you want to trade say 5 lots. Since I've used index, it is not allowing me to. Sorry, paper trade is active. If it is in active mode, it will not allow you to edit or add anything. So next is say ICICI. So whatever stocks that you want to trade, whatever is the quantity, you're going to define here. And whenever the signal comes from for say Infosys or ICICI Bank, that many lots will be executed in your. Yes, you need to use the same webbook URL for all of them. And also, point to be noted is yeah, when you go to edit and when you are using, say, a particular stock from TradingView, you will need to use this code, not the strategy code. You have to send the symbol also from TradingView. So go to this strategy with symbol code and select this, copy this, and paste it in the box here. Say in this box. That's it. So for all of them, you have to use the same webhook URL in TradingView when you're doing the setup. So this is a process to be used for automating any strategy. It can be super trend, it could be UT bot, half trend, alpha trend, any. You have your own customized strategy. The process is the same. do the copy paste of the message box and do the web updation and the notification and say create. That's it. There's nothing else to be done in terms of automation. So whenever there's a buy or a sell signal, it will get executed for the quantity for the instrument that you have selected in Algomojo. It is as simple as that. You may not have to get into any code or changing any codes in the trading view separately. Just any query, anything. Anybody else has got any queries on this? So you update the message box. The content to be pasted in the message box is given by Algomojo. Just copy that and paste it. Then update the webhook URL. That also is given by Algomojo. Just copy that and paste it. That's it. Simple. Similarly, you can do it for indicators also. The process is pretty much similar, except that when you are using an indicator, you need to create multiple alerts, one for entry and one for exit. So, for example, load your indicator, select the time frame, and click on the dot more and say add alert. And here, as you can see, for indicators or price-based action, you need to update what is the condition under which it has to be executed, whether it has to be triggered once per hour, once per bar close. Depending on the requirement, you select this trigger. You also need to select the condition, whether it is crossing up or crossing down, or whether value is crossing a certain value, and the message to be updated, and the notification, under notification, the webhook URL to be updated. That's it. So you can bring in any indicator readily available. For example, in trading view, suppose you want to trade in say, an indicator like RSI. Just load that indicator and you can say add alert. Come here and say same. Click on this more button and say add alert. Ah, it seems to be working. Let's use this. Sorry. Looks like they completed the activity. So we were talking about Bitcoin. Let's load Bitcoin and let's select 1 minute time frame. We'll try and get some live trades. Let me remove the indicator. Yeah. Now go to this super trend indicate strategy. Click on this more button and say add alert, and just give a name. It can be NF, say 19th April. And by default, whatever is there in that message box, remove that. Go to Algomojo here and go to the strategy and copy this. Come back to trading view, paste it here. And go to notification, remove whatever is the default webhook URL and update it with the one which is given for that strategy here. That's it. These are the two copy paste to be done and say create. So when you create a alert, it will get shown here. As you can see, 19th April NF is there. So now we will wait for the signal to come, and when if a sell comes, a short will be taken. Sir, I'm not familiar in Tamil. Uh, we have a team of support who can talk to you in Tamil. I'll ask them to uh, talk to you and help you out in terms of doing any setups. You can give me your telephone number, or you can call us after this demo to our office. I'll share the number also. They will help you out and they will talk to you in Tamil. Yeah. So what I was mentioning was, suppose you feel that okay, super trend is running in long and you want to take this entry, and after that leave it to the system, the super trend, to take the orders going forward. What you can do is go to Algomojo, for example, here, and take a position manually. So I'll enable paper trade and say take, since it is running long, I'll say buy. So we will have a long position running. So, for example, 7,500 quantity of Nifty futures running. So now, if the sell comes, the long portion will be closed and the short portion will be taken. So after you do the setup, you can close the entire thing. You can shut down your computer and go. If you have any other work to be attended, you can carry on with that work, or you need not be sitting in front of the computer. The systems will take care of you, take care of it, all the signals. So TradingView will send to Algomojo the signal whether to buy or sell, and we will execute the order as per what you have defined here. That's it. So what you have defined here is what we look at when the signal comes. We will look at this page and see what is that you're trading Nifty future 100 lots, and it has to be NRML, and we will execute it. It is as simple as that. There's no other complication, there's no other coding, nothing else to be done. All you need to do is have a good strategy that you want to trade in using this platform. It should be able to give you buy sell signals. That's it. And a subscription of trading. Do this alert setup, one time activity, and it is done. So the system will take care of the order execution for every signal that comes from trading. Any complication, anything anybody would like to understand in this? Yes. Says that please start using it. Please start with the trial, use the trial period, use the paper trade facility, and check it out and see how it works. You will find it very, very simple. Now, as I was saying, you need to have a study that you want to use for executing the order. It could be strategy, it could be indicator, it could be price base, any of these. And whenever those conditions are met, the orders can happen. For example, I'll look at an indicator based setup. How do we do it? Say, choose say, and so whenever RSI, for example, is moving up or coming down, you want to take an entry in, say, Bank Nifty option, say, for example. How do we do a setup? So load your instrument, load the time frame which you want to use the setup for, and load the indicator. Similarly, in indicator, if you go to this more button and click on that, it will give you a facility to add alert. Okay. So for indicators, you need to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit. So entry could be a short or a long, exit could be a long and short, depending on your requirement. So here, for example, let us say that, okay, if the RSI crosses 75, I want to take a long entry. So here we will say that, okay, say crossing up from below and a value of say 75, and once the RSI close, the bar closes, only then the order has to be triggered. Then update this message content. So message box for indicators, what you need to use is slightly different. So let us take a different example. Create one for Nifty, Nifty options. Say RSI. Now let's keep it that. Rule, I'll use a similar rule, stop and reverse. And say dynamic symbols and say time Nifty from here. And expiry, I'll choose as current month, and strike price, I'll say ITM 5, for example. It can be up to anything, ATM, ITM, OTM. ITM, OTM, up to 20 strikes, you can select any of them. Then I say 100 lots of Nifty. It will tell you what is the quantity, and it will spread the order for you. That's it. So once you update these details, do a submit. Name is 19. And so for indicators, go to this indicator section. You will see different sets of codes. So we will use say by code. Go to and read this. We'll say entry and go to webhook notification, whatever webhook URL is there, by default, remove that. Select the webhook URL for the strategy here, copy this, and say create. That's it. So once you create indicator based entry or exit, you will be able to visualize or visually see it on the screen. So you can see this dotted line pointing to arrow. We had kept it at saying that if the RSI moves above 75, take a long entry. So you will be able to see it here. So 75 is the value right here. Now, since it has come down, let me try and make it as say 30, crossing up from below. So it is coming here. You can keep shifting it either by modifying the value there, or you can also keep drag it up and down. So it is a one-time activity that you need to create. Say that it is available for you always. You can use it. Use the just come here and drag it out. So you can keep it at any level. So if we try and keep it at say 30 or 27. So if the RSI closes above this, then the long entry will be triggered. So that is all is required. Yeah, the basic plan of subscription is sufficient, which will allow you to do 20 alerts. So if the alerts that you want to use are more than 20, then you need to get into a next level of subscription in trading. I think next level will give you up to 100 alerts to be created or something. You need to have the subscription as such. So while we were discussing on Supertrend, there's a sell order which has come. See, there's a sell. So let's look at the low. Yeah, there's an order which has been triggered at 11:23:03. So let us see what has happened to this order. And go to my signals. You see 11:23. We got a sell order from TradingView. We can make out from 90 across. So there's no like manually we have taken these portions, so it is blank. So it has been placed. Sell order has been placed. And the current portion running is short of control hand. So it closed the long portion and it has taken a short portion. So it will keep continuing like this as long as you keep the alert live. So whenever there's a buy sell coming in, the orders will keep getting executed. It can be an intraday order, it could be a positional order, a positional trade, depending on your strategy. You can keep running it. So it's a one-time setup that you need to do that. After that, leave it to the system to execute the orders. Let me activate this. So we have created an alert wherein we are saying that if the RSI closes about 30, then the long entry should be long entry has been triggered. Yeah, long has been triggered at 11:26:01. Let's look at what is happening to the signal. As you can see, the signal came at 11:26:01 and that has been placed for Bank Nifty. ITM 4 is what we have selected. For this time, quantity is 3,000. That's it. It is as simple. You can get any indicator available in TradingView and do this. Now, for we have taken the entry and say we this long entry we want to close if the RSI goes above and starts coming down. Say if it goes above say 60 and starts coming down, we want a long to be closed and a PE to be taken, for example. So same thing can be done. So we need to create one more alert. So all we need to do is go here to the original alert that we created. Right click on that. So right click on that and say clone. So it will create an exact copy. I'll just go do an edit here. So here we would say instead of crossing up, I'll say crossing down a value of say 60. Once for bar close, and here we will edit this and say buy, we will say sell. and save. So what we are trying to say here is that if the RSI goes above and starts coming down a value of 60, I want the long to be closed and the short to be taken. That is C to be closed and P to be taken is what we are saying, and it has to be executed at once the path closes only. Sell has to happen. Save and save. So accordingly, you can see this alert also, and here also you can see it on screen. So this was for entry and this was for exit. So you can keep it moving it up or down depending on how the market moves, how the indicators move. So either you shift it using the on the screen itself, or you can type out the value. You can say that okay, value of say 77, and so if the RSI goes above 77 and starts coming down, it will sell a trigger of sell. Sorry, it will send trigger a alert for sell. So the C will be closed and P will be taken. So it is as simple as that. So you can bring in any indicator available in the in TradingView and do the setup. All you have to do is select the instrument, whether it is Nifty, Bank Nifty, it could be Reliance, it could be HDFC Bank, any of those, any instrument that you want to trade, and load whatever is the indicator. It could be ADX, it could be CCI, whichever indicator, MACD, any of those, and do an alert creation for entry and exit. Give the conditions. So, as you can see, for indicators, you have to specify the condition and when it should trigger. So whether it is you want a long to be triggered when it is crossing up or greater than or entering a channel. TradingView gives multiple options. So based on your study, you can select whatever is applicable, and then when that condition is met, it will trigger the signal, and the orders will get processed. No, we don't provide historical data for can get in touch with the data feed providers like Low Data Feed. I think they provide in Excel or CSV format the data. It comes with a charge. They do charge for depending on how much historical data you need. 6 months, 5 years, depending. They have a rate fixed. You need to take it from them directly. Any of the data feed providers, the Google Data Feed, Amibroker, any of them, they should be able to help you out. So coming back onto the screen, so that's it. So let us wait and see if the order gets triggered. It has to go above 75 and then it starts coming down. Then the long will be closed, the C will be closed, and PE will be taken. So this is the way one can set up for doing the trade using either a strategy or an indicator. Any queries, anything any specific that you want to see, let me know. I can try and explain it here. It can be anything. Now, we have also seen a lot of studies being done on a chart. For example, the most popular is the trend line. For example, trend line. Say you have a trend line, and if there's a breakdown of this trend line, you want to take a long, short entry, and so if there's a breakout of trend line, you would like to take a long entry, and if there's a breakdown of this uh, trend line, you want to take a short entry, that can also be done. For example, the way to do it is put in your drawing, say it could be anything, trend line, or it could be price based, even horizontal also. Suppose you want to say you're taking a long entry somewhere here and you want to close the position if the price reaches, say, for example, this level. All you have to do is come to that level and say right click and say add alert and define saying that if the price is crossing up a value of say 85,400 in this case, I want a sell to be executed, you can go to Algomojo. Go to copy this code, bring it to this place, and paste it here. Then go to the book here, remove the default, take the 11th webhook here, paste it here. So we are saying that if the price is crossing up a value of 84,400, the long portion to be closed. So, great. So as you can see here, this 85,000 dotted line with the right pointing arrow will be shown, and the alert will be created. So if you have taken a long portion, if it touches this level, the long portion will be first. So you can put in any kind of drawing or any kind of study that you would have, and based on that condition of either long entry or short entry, um, closure of the portion, it can all be triggered from the chart. The process is very simple. All you have to do is, even for trend lines, for example, you have drawn this trend line or this trend line, click on that line and say add a line on trend line. Say crossing down once for path close. Here again, you put in the sell code, paste it here, and update the webhook URL and say this is PL show. Give any name. So after you create it here, it is a one-time activity of patient. It will always be available. You can keep shifting it if you feel that it is not available to be taken. I want it to be taken once the price say breaks down this level. I want it. That's it. So all these studies you have to create one time and create the necessary alert for those studies as a one-time thing. Wherever conditions are met, the orders will get executed. So meanwhile, I think RSI should have got triggered, as you can see here. Entry was at 1126. The RSI came below 75 at 1135. So the long entry CE should have got closed and PE should have been taken. Let's look at what has happened there. This portion, as you can see, is 1135. We have a sell and sale. CE has been closed. PE has been taken. 3000 quantity of CE is closed and PE is taken. It's as simple as that. These studies or these indicator based setups you have to do one time every day morning. Come and log into Algomojo and then activate the strategy for live trade of the trade. And maybe the system will keep running and the others will keep getting executed. Yeah, you can definitely take a manual order and then leave it to the system to keep running it. Like what we did in this Nifty case, the first order which we took here, you see Nifty super trend while we were loading, we had triggered this buy order, manual buy signal, and the next sell order came from trading. So manually it was generated from here from the laptop, and the sell order has come from trading based on the super trend, which is the order. And now after this, if a buy comes in the super trend, the short will be closed and the long will be taken. It will keep working. So you have taken the entry based manually, and after that you are leaving it to the system, and then the system will keep it. Yeah. Now suppose say you have taken a portion and you have exited that manually. So when doing that exit, do it always from here. Go to Algomojo, go to provisions, and you can do a square off here. So always remember you have to close the portion from Algomojo. Reason being that suppose you have closed it manually using a broker account or from your mobile phone, the quantity will still be shown here. So when the trading view is sending a reverse order, what happens is it will try to close this long portion which is there, 7,000 quantity, and then take the reverse portion. So if you do it, say in a broker account, whereas this is a paper trade or even live trade also, you can do it from broker terminal. Paper trade you have to obviously do it from here only. When you are doing a live trade and you have closed the portion from here and the quantity is shown as zero on the portion book, and when the signal comes from trading view, we will know that there is no portion open and we will not try to close that portion. We will not, the system is intelligent enough to check that okay, the portion has been closed and it will take only single portion. So a short was running, it will take the long portion. Hope that clarifies you. That's it. So you can bring in any indicator, you can bring in any kind of study that you would have, and we can help you to automate. And the process is very simple. One need not have to get into the core of, say, the indicator or the strategy or the any studies that you would have. All you have to do is copy paste two things. Say while adding alert, the message box has to be updated and the notification webhook URL has to be given. So both these contents are given by us. All you have to do is copy and paste it here. That's it. System will keep executing the orders for you. As you can see here, the RSI has come below, it starts coming up. So the P which is taken will be closed and CE will be taken. So system can keep running for you. So it is as simple as that to set up any study that you would have automatic order placements. Any queries, any questions, anything that you would like to see? Let me, I can try and explain it. So we have tried to keep the entire process as simple as possible so that it becomes easy for understanding how to do the setup. You do not have to depend on anybody. You can do it on your own and it's a one-time setup. So it's always available for you. Whatever you want to trade, whenever you want to trade, you can start or stop them. And can keep running automatically at the backend. You may not have to choosing the portion, putting new portion kind of thing. Entire thing is system generated and orders will get executed automatically. See, it depends on trading view. If you're using a futures contract, so you need not, if you're running a futures contract, like you need not have to worry about, say, next month, May month, you have to change over from April to May. It is a futures, it's a continuous contract. So that issue may not be there. This is a futures contract. So it's a continuous contract. So it is a one-time setup. You have to load your strategy, say Nifty or Bank Nifty, whichever future you're trying to automate, and then load the time frame and load your strategy and create that alert element. It's not a say April contract, May contract. You have to change over. In trading, you need not have to do that. However, in Algomojo, you need to change it. Say for example, in Algomojo, you have to we have selected uh, April contract. So whenever you want to change, you and make it inactive, then go to edit and say select say make contract. So it will start trading in the May month's contract. Now, if you have chosen rollover on the expiry day, if you had kept it in April, it will on the expiry day at this time you can select. You can say that okay at 2 o'clock you do the rollover on the expiry. You close the April contract and move to the May. In trading view, there's nothing to be changed. Only in Amibroker you get to change. Anything else anybody would like to understand, have a look at? Coming back into the presentation. So we saw how to use an indicator to create an alert. And so for indicator, you need to update the condition and trigger also. Whereas for strategy, there is just the message blocks you need to update while creating it. And of course, the notification, Telegram, the webhook URL has to be updated in both cases. So, depending on the indicator that you use, the trigger conditions, the conditions could be different, something like crossing up, crossing down, greater, less than kind of stuff. Varies from indicator to indicator that you are using. So kindly check when you want, what condition has to be met and update it for the condition. Similarly, trigger is similar. It is either touch of that level or are closing above that level or below that level. Yes. And if you're an option strategy user, how to do the setup for each of these kind of strategies is provided in a blog. Kindly have a look at them. Algomojo.com. If you go to blog section, look at the say if you want to do a short triangle, just search for short triangle. It will give you a step-by-step process and tell you how to do short strategy or long strategy, full spread or the call spread. So step-by-step process of setting up each of these option strategies for trading is explained. Now, in case if you'd like to use ready-made uh, signals, we have some popular strategies are listed in our website. You can have a look at them and try to use them. The popular strategies are super trend, alpha trend, and half trend. And we have enabled the signals for Nifty and Bank Nifty to run in 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute time frame. If you select whatever you want to trade with, say for example Nifty in a 1 minute time frame for super trend, you just select that and then the the strategy will be added to your account, and whenever the strategies generates a buy or a sell signal, it will get executed in your platform. Coming to a brief about our support system. We are available on all working days from 9 to 5. On Saturdays, we are there from 10 to 5 o'clock. You can contact us on this WhatsApp number 81055 72233, or you can call us on 8550 828 828. Or you can raise a ticket from our website, or you can send us an email support at Algomojo. We will get back to you. That's it. Thank you. My name is Lukesh. My email ID is lukesh@infolab.com. And we also provide extensive coding support in case if you want something to be run in TradingView or Amibroker or any of these kind of platforms. You have some ideas that you want a code to be developed. We could assist you in terms of doing that. Send me an email at lukesh@infolab.com. We will give you the feasibility and a proposal. It will come at a cost, and we should be able to assist you in terms of getting the coding done. Do let me know in case if there are any queries to be done. We'll be happy to clarify. Yes. So this session is recorded in case you want to have a look at it. It will be, you can access that after some time, after 2 hours or so, and then refer to it. So do get in touch with us for um, any kind of support. We'll be happy to assist you as such. Yes. So this presentation per se is not available. In case if you need anything, we can mail it to you. You can get in touch with us. We'll try and help you out. We can share it. But of course, we have an extensive documentation. Again, once you log in, if you go to this API tab, you will be able to get the documentation for the entire thing. Whatever we discussed, we have a comprehensive detail provided, how to integrate with each of these brokers, how to log into brokers, whichever broker you are choosing. You find a lot of write-up about any kind of detail that you would have or you would require will be available under this section. You have to go to this tab. So under the modules, or you go to this API or even strategies or modules, click on that. It will take you to this page, and you can click on any of these subjects. You'll get a detailed explanation of what it is and how to use. Great. Thanks again. My name is Lokesh, part of Algomojo team. Have a nice weekend, and do get in touch with us. We'll be very happy to assist you in your trading and investment journey as such. Thank you. Have a nice weekend.